Hello everybody, welcome in. I hope that you are enjoying your pre-Christmas season to the fullest. Today we are gonna be continuing with yet another Christmas themed video, and of course I will look at some of the best vocalists from Philippines as well. So today we are gonna look at Moira Dela Torre and her rendition of Oh Holy Night. So the first time I reacted to Moira was my reaction to Paubaya, which we all know how that went down. There was definitely some tears included because, come on, the song and the whole video was such a tearjerker. I really loved that she had such a fundamentally different approach to singing and to storytelling through the singing than other singers. So I was very excited when some of you guys recommended me to check her Oh Holy Night during my Christmas week. So let's get into that. Now, if you are interested in everything singing and music related, and you would like me to react to more of Filipino singers and maybe even your favorites, then please don't forget to subscribe. If you subscribe, YouTube is more prone to show you my polls, and I do polls fairly often, or I ask for your recommendations in my community tab, so you will help me to create my content and check out your favorites. Now, if you're interested in me singing, I created my second music channel, which is called Katrinka Music, and link to it's gonna be down in the description, along with the link to my website, where you can find everything about my singing lessons, either 30 or 60 minutes long, or my voice analysis. So if you've ever wanted to sing or you want to work with me on your voice, then definitely go and check that out. And now, without any further ado, Moira Dela Torre and her Oh Holy Night. All right, let's get into it. This is a recording with a live band. You know that I am a huge fan of those. Those are probably my most favorite ones. There she is. Let's go. Ooh, this is very a typical rendition. I like it. This is gorgeous.
Oh, holy night, the stars are brightly shining. It is the night of our dear Savior's birth.
Notice how she was not actually dragging E, but she chose to open the A. So no, shining, but she chose to open the brighter vowel, shining. Such a good choice.
Long lay the world in sin and error pining, till he appeared and the soul felt
Ooh, the run.
its worth.
It was almost a run.
The weary world rejoices, for yonder breaks a new and glorious morn. Fall on your knees, oh, hear the angel voices.
Ooh, that's beautiful. With a second voice. I always adored that she does not go for heavy builds, or very rarely And she is currently continuously in her upper mix. She's staying there. She's making it very, very soft and very warm. And it's beautiful because it's such an angelic, it's a Christmas song. So if you start with such a soft approach, it does build up the atmosphere, and she knows exactly what she's doing. I'm very excited for, like, you can feel the atmosphere building up. So I'm just so excited for how it's going to continue. But I love the second voice as well. It is very, very like in the tiny doses, but it's enough. That's enough to actually create a nice effect.
Truly, He taught us to love one another. His law is love, and His gospel is peace. Chains shall He break, for the slave is our brother, and in His name all oppression shall cease. Sweet hymns of joy in grateful chorus raise we, let all within us praise His holy name. Fall on your knees. Oh, hear the angel voices.
Beautiful.
Oh, night divine, oh, night when Christ was born.
So for this time, she chose a much, much fuller approach, which again, Filipinos love to build up the atmosphere, build up the song, and they don't ever go flat. They do know how to build the song from the ground up to that highest tension, highest emotion. So you could hear the audible difference. I'm just sinking, warm, a tiny bit of husky, a lot of air, and sinking, which she was actually utilizing the second time, so much cleaner tone coming through. And overall, that one tiny switch that she did there was from the clean tone switch and back into the clean, and that was beautiful. Because I genuinely expected that Siwon would to go into hat voice, but she immediately reconnected to the full voice, which I really, really, really liked. There was nice detail that she added there.
Oh, night divine, oh, night divine.
Now she calmed it up. It's not the end of the song. You would expect, okay, so we're done, but this is kind of a midsection. So from the drive, the momentum that it kind of gained, she completely tamed it out, sang it in a hat voice, so it's not too big, not too loud. And you can feel it rising again slowly. It's gorgeous. a tiny light mix. It's beautiful. Now this is in her upper mix area. So what she's doing is that she started with a lot of breath through, so there's not that much of resistance. So it's very super light, but now she's building it up. So it's gaining the volume slowly and just adding a lot of heaviness into it slowly, step by step, each repetition a little more. More. Absolutely gorgeous rendition of that song. I really loved this one. This might be one of my faves, actually, of that song. It was so atypical, but it worked so incredibly well. I do have highlights from this video, so don't click off yet. We are going to go through and check what I think was really like the best of the video. But one thing I want to mention right now, and that is actually the very last part where she was saying, fall, fall on your knees, we fall. So she started with, she was, the whole time she was actually in her mix, but this was such a stunning example of how breath can change everything. And the way breath pressures, or you pressure the breath, and how you utilize it to create bigger and bigger sound. Fantastic example. So when you're putting a lot of air through, so fall, fall, and you start adding a little bit of pressure with air, and every single repetition she was adding a little bit more and more, and it created this huge buildup of the atmosphere. It was completely gorgeous. You could just close your eyes and swing along with her. It was beautiful. So, fall, until we got to fall, where she could finally develop into that gorgeous heavy vibrato. It was so well utilized. And especially when you have a songs where you have a lot of repetitions, this approach is absolutely fantastic. And it's gonna sound great because it's just never gonna sound the same. Every repetition is gonna be slightly different. And also my big plus, what she did at the very end is, and I'm gonna replay it. This is the last repetition. Imagine you would be opening the word here. A lot of singers, especially beginning singers, E is quite an enclosed vowel. So what she's doing is she's morphing into E, which is so much better to open. So she's not getting stuck in here, here, but she's like here, here, which is letting her open that and create a beautiful tiny, like beautiful vibrato, like in a tiny dose at the very end of the here, here. But such a good opener, because normally if we would pronounce it in the singing just as we pronounce it in the, like in normal life, we would be like here, but that's just here. It's so stuck. Our jaw is completely locked when we're saying that. So here, here, so much better. It sounds so much more open. Overall, I loved this rendition because it was very different. I loved the composition of the instruments as well. Very atypical, maybe for a Christmas song. Everybody's using carols, everybody's using very typical Christmassy sound, and this was actually a very different approach to it. It a little bit reminded me of when Sarah G sang "Were You There?" Very, very similar composition, not composition, but like the composition of the instruments. I loved it. I think Moira is a very, very talented singer. She does know her strengths and she just thinks about what she's doing. She thinks about her singing and she puts a lot of effort and detail into really perfecting the sound throughout the whole song. So I did not expect any less from her, and I was just very pleasantly surprised yet again. So I enjoyed it a lot, and I hope you enjoyed the video as well. If you did, don't forget to subscribe right here. Here's the video that YouTube actually recommended for you, and here is the rest of my Filipino reactions. So please stay safe and healthy. I'll see you next time. Bye bye.